turnover department and going 0 for on third down are two things you couldn't afford to do against this Pittsburgh Steelers team.
No chance. I mean, no chance. You lose the turnover battle, especially early on. You know, we got a big stop on defense to start the game and then turn it over, and then started to get some momentum there on offense at that point, turned it over. Those were killers in the first half, and then to go 0 for 13 or whatever it ended up being on offense, you're not going to – you're like, no chance. There's no chance. And so we were not good enough in any area today, offense, defense, special teams, and we really weren't good enough coaching. And that is with me 100%. I feel like I let these guys down today, so it all starts with me.
Defensively, it looked like played the run pretty well, but it looked like, you know, the thought was to rush Ben with 3, no more than 4, and play coverage and make him earn it. You know, don't give up any explosive plays, make him earn it. But he more than earned it, I guess.
Yeah, he does a great job. I mean, he extended some plays when we got some rush on him. He got outside the pocket and completed some balls like he does, you know, and sometimes the coverage was there and guys were pursuing him outside the pocket and he just made some plays. So he did a nice job.
Coach, have you ever been a part of a game where you did not convert a single third down? And what was the reason behind your guys' struggles in that part of the game?
We just never found a rhythm. And that starts with me getting us into better plays, to be quite honest with you. You know, they did a nice job. You got to give them credit when the defense is always playing well when you go 0-13. But, you know, that just starts with me. I got to do a better job, Joe, with some of those play calls.
Hey, Coach, what was Joe's physical situation? It looked like he was hot in the second quarter. He got pushed out of bounds. Looked like something happened to his ankle, and he was never really right. Was that? Do you think that's an issue going forward, or?
I mean, it looked like he got hit out of bounds into the bench, you know, and shook it off at halftime, and then came back, and I thought was effective in the second half, health-wise.
Is he okay? I mean, I know he limped off there at the end.
I think he'll be fine.
Zach, what was the thought process leaving Joe in that last drive? You took a couple of hits. You're down, 36-7 or whatever. Did you think about taking him out?
You know, we tried to manage it some with the runs. We wanted to get some points, get some momentum going, to be honest with you, and just we left him in there.
How do you balance that in that situation, Zach? Because obviously you want to get Joe reps against the division rival in that situation and maybe build some confidence moving forward. But at the same time, his physical status, all of those things, how do you take that into consideration and balance it?
Well, it's just, we want to move the ball and put some points on the board. And we felt like we'd shot ourselves in the foot a lot. Obviously, they did some great things, but we just felt like we kept shooting ourselves in the foot. We could get some drives together, put some points on the board, get some momentum going. It just didn't turn out that way.
Zach, it seemed like at the bye week there was a lot of confidence in what you guys had done against Tennessee. How do you make sure that this isn't a game that shakes everybody's confidence back to square one?
Yeah, we just talked about in the locker room. We don't overreact to this. It was not our best performance. We went on the road. We didn't really win in any phase, any statistical category in terms of the turnovers, the penalties, the explosive plays. We didn't win any of them. And so you go on the road, there's no way you're going to win a football game doing that way against a good football team. And so we know what the reasons were. We know that we could have played better. And we got to put this game behind us, quite frankly, and move on. And that's the biggest key because we still got 7 games left, a big one next week at Washington. We can't let Pittsburgh beat us twice. That's the biggest key. And again, it's disappointing because this isn't how we thought we were going to come out and play, but it's what happened. And so we just got to take it like a man and move on and go focus on the next game.
Zach, the Steelers have always been seen as kind of a measuring stick for this franchise. Given what happened today, where, in your opinion, is this franchise now in relation to where you'd like it to be?
I think we're still creating momentum. We felt good these last couple of weeks about the direction we were heading, but we got to turn them into wins, and you got to beat good football teams on the road ultimately to get where we want to be. And so today was an opportunity to do that, and we did get it done. But again, I don't sit there on the sidelines looking at the score where it was and think, man, we're a terrible football team. They're this much better than us. That's not how we feel. That's not how we feel in the locker room. We feel like we didn't do the things that we need to do to win a road divisional game like that. And we just got to make those corrections and focus forward and move on.
Zach, how worried are you about Joe's confidence?
No, that's the last thing I would ever worry about is Joe Burrow's confidence. I can promise you that.
Zach, what would you chalk up for? He looked like he uncharacteristically struggled today. What do you attribute to that?
I don't think any of us were in a rhythm, quite frankly, on offense. Just me as a play caller, guys making plays when they had the opportunity. We were off today, and that starts with me.
You said earlier that you felt like coaching was where it started. What specifically do you feel like you could have done better?
Me getting us in a rhythm, and just managing the game a lot better early in the game. When it was 12-0, then 12-7, and then they go score, and we had a chance to kick a field goal at the end of the half, and I put us in a tough spot. We took a sack. That was me, and so again, I just got to improve myself to put us in better positions, because when you're in a hole like that on the road in the first half, you got to do the things that get you back in the game and create some momentum when you're going to get the ball back to start the second half. And I failed today in that aspect.
Coach, what was the thinking going with Spain at right tackle? Looked like Adeniji and Spain looked like they held up okay. What was the thinking going with Spain? I don't think he'd ever played right tackle before.
If you got another right tackle, let me know. We didn't have Jonah today. Jonah wasn't ready to go. And so it was next man up. Quentin was ready for it, felt confident doing it. And, I thought overall those guys did a nice job. I know some hits come when you play teams like that and they get a lead on you. You're throwing the ball, trying to get back in it. There's going to be some hits to come. But I know early on in the first half, we gave up one on the 3rd and 12 where they did a great job in coverage, so we had to hold the ball for a while. And then another one came up in that 2-minute. I think those are the two we gave up in the first half. But I thought overall those guys did a good job protecting him. And then once it got in the second half, it's those guys got a couple of hits there late.
2 more minutes for Coach.
How tough was it at cornerback, Coach, when Mackenzie Alexander left the football game due to the concussion? How tough was it on that back end?
Next man up. Those guys just they don't make excuses. They go up and play. Tony Brown, Jalen Day, they want an opportunity, and they got an opportunity today.
With the fake punt, is that an absolute yes or no, depending on the look you get? Or was there any thoughts of maybe waiting to unveil that in a game that's a little closer?
I mean, every game is different in terms of some of the specialty plays that you run in that aspect. So no concern.
Special teams overall, it seemed like, field position, turnovers were a factor, but so was field position. You guys were on long field a ton, and they had a lot of short fields. That had to be disappointing.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't our best effort in any phase. Like I said, it was just a disappointing day overall. It's frustrating. Guys are hurt for the right reasons. You look in the locker room and there's nobody selfish. There's nobody pointing a finger. Everyone knows that they're accountable for a day like today, and that's the big positive I do see. You just feel the energy in that locker room, and it does feel like, okay, the guys are going to own up to having a down day, and we're going to put it behind us because we're a mature football team and move forward. And again, like I said earlier, not let this team beat us twice.
Zach, obviously y'all are down 4 assistant coaches today because of COVID-19 protocols. What kind of effect did that have? And when do you expect to get these assistants back? Do you have a timeline on what's going to happen?
It's just part of the adversity you got to handle in this league, and it can come at you at any hour of the night. The guys that have COVID, players, coaches would be out 10 days. And if you're a close contact, it's 5 days.
One last question. Any more questions at all? All right, Coach, we'll let you go. Thanks for your time.